Sound. My name is Faisal Ahmed, and I'll be the speaker for today's Peace Talk. And I believe I'm using two devices. Device one, can all of you hear my voice? Can you guys wave your hand if you can hear me loud and clear? Can hear me, right? Okay, excellent. And how about this device? Can all of you hear me? Device number two, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. Thank you. I do believe already you have come to know the topic. The topic is, SOP of managing critical customers in business. And there is a reason why today I have taken this topic because I realize that customers are the bread and butter for any business. Am I right to say like that? Bread and butter, what does it mean? The main part of business. So if I have a business and in my business, I have no customers, I cannot survive. I need to close my business and I need to look for another things for living my life, right? For leading my life. But in the meantime, our common sense will tell us that not every customer will be like friendly or easy to manage customer. Agree? Some of your customers can be very, very critical. Some of your customers can be very, very difficult. You cannot overlook critical customer or difficult customers from your business. Why? Because at the end of the day, we all know that customers are always right, even we know they are not right at all. Agree? Customers are always right, but we know that customers are not always right at all. Then what is the solution? Solution is we need to know some important SOP, standard operating procedures of managing all those so-called difficult or critical customers. That's the topic. I'll try to use my 2 hours time with all of you to give some input, to share some of the skills, some of the knowledges that you can use in your business to manage your difficult or critical customers. Okay, so all of you, please switch on your camera from two devices. All of you, switch on your camera, give a good smile, give a weekend smile. Okay, you know what is the meaning of weekend smile? A very happy smile, because weekend you have nothing to do. You can give a good smile. 3 to 1, page number one. Page number two, hello, everyone. Can you please switch on your camera? Okay, good, excellent. One more time. Host, please take picture from your device. Okay, excellent. Now, let's start with our slide. If you have done with your attendance, please share the screen. And today, actually, I have a lot of things to share with all of you. So I'll be very, very, straight to the point about my topic. Remember, the topic is standard operating procedures of managing critical customers in business. Look at the topic. Next slide. Look at the agenda that I'm going to have in my today's speech talk. It's all about only 3 topics, but under those 3 topics, we are going to learn a lot of things one by one. Now, slide number 3, Anu, look at this one. It takes months to find a customer, and second, to lose one. How many of you are agree with this statement made by Vince Lombardi? How many of you believe this statement? You can give me your thumbs up. From this device, are you agree with this statement? Yes, it really takes a lot of time to find a potential customer. And it becomes a matter of a second. They can walk away. They can move away from your product and services. Why? Why customer can walk away? If they feel that your product, your services, your people, your staff cannot fulfill their expectations and needs. So what we need to do, we need to be very, very careful when we have customer. We cannot just leave them alone, right? We have to do something so that even the difficult customer, unhappy customer, unsatisfied customer also will be loyal at the end of our service. So the first topic from the next slide, we need to understand what is the definition of critical customers. All of you please pay attention so that I can share my thoughts and you also can absorb the things that I'm going to share with all of you. So critical customers, I would say, like difficult customer, right? Remember, in your business, you might have different types of customers: friendly customer, supportive customer, difficult customer, or critical customers. So difficult or critical customers who always will show unique challenges due to their behavior or demands and making it difficult to provide the best service or satisfactory service or resolve their problem from your business. So what is the key point? What is the key definition of critical customers? Some customers will give you some unique challenges. What is the meaning of unique challenges? The challenge, the difficulties you or your business never have seen before. You got my point? I'll give you an example. I'm your customer from your business, and I bought a card holder like this from your outlet, and after buying, I'm complaining, hey, why there is no zipper in between the two parts of the card holder? Do you understand my complaint? Why there is no small zipper on the top of the small pocket of my card holder? Now tell me, what is the solution? Sosa, you follow Susa? What is the solution? Because that's how the product is designed from your factory, and you have millions of happy customer, satisfied customer, and out of sudden I am one of your customers complaining why there is no zipper in the middle part of my card holder, or why there is no small zipper in the small part of the pocket of this card holder. This is called unique challenge. Agree? The challenge that not everybody will come and present to you. And do you think so I'm wrong? Do you think so as a customer, my question is wrong? No, I'm right. Maybe I feel that I must need a zipper in between this card holder so that when I lock the zipper, there is no chance that my card, my money will fall down. Understand? You follow? Or I can complain why this card holder does not come along with rose pink color. Why you only have black and maroon color? Why there is no color like rose pink color? You follow? That is called the critical customers. They will always give you some unique challenge, very, very different challenge about your product or about your services. Also, it is it is common that customers will face some problem. Yeah. I know some of you are working in different companies, right? In different position, right? Sometimes you have some customers complain. So what you are doing at the first place, you provide the best solution for that particular customers, right? Nelson? After your solution, customers will be very happy. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you solved my problem. But some customers like me, no matter how excellent solution you have provided, I'm not happy. I know you follow. That is called, the critical customers. Let's move on to the next slide and see the common characteristics of our dear critical customers. Why I say dear? Because at the end, they are also our customer. You follow? Chrysanta, they are also our customers. We cannot insult them. We cannot brush them away. We cannot say, the door is open, you can leave now. Cannot, right? You see? So they can be angry type, nasty type, demanding, critical, non-stop talker, indecisive, argumentative, and sarcastic. So total, we have 8 different natures of critical customers. Okay, this is very common one. When we study about the consumer psychology, consumer behavior, if any of the customers having one of the 8 components, we can put them under the critical customers level. Now, host, can you please move on to the next slide, and we will try to figure out more details about the different types of critical customers. Look at the top, the upper part of my screen. You can see that the customers who leaves frequent complaints. Maria, you will get some customers in your lifetime or in your business. Do you know what they will be doing? They always will bring frequent. What is the meaning of frequent? One after another complaint. You follow? One after another complaint. Example, if you are working in food and beverage industry, one of your customers orders a cup of coffee. Okay, cup of coffee. And what was the requirement of your customer? Coffee with like very, very minimal amount of sugar. Understand? How much sugar? Minimal, very small amount of sugar. Then what did you do? You prepare a cup of coffee with minimal amount of sugar. Your customer can come and complain you that why the coffee is not that warm. Jocelyn, you follow? Why the coffee is not that warm? And why the coffee? Why you put so much sugar? Why the coffee does not smell like coffee? Why the cup is very small? See, 5 seconds got 3 complaints. You see, that is called critical, one kind of critical customers. They always will, complain one after another, one after another, one after another, one after another. Okay, so if you have that kind of customers, how you can identify them? That is a big question, right? So how you can find out who will consider as a customer with frequent complaints? Anu, can you please move to the next slide and let's find out. If you notice that your customer always complain and always submit customer feedback, not positive feedback, the negative feedback, and they are good at writing negative review on your website. You follow? We call them keyboard warrior. You know what is the meaning of keyboard warrior? They can type, they can type even whatever is not right in their mind. You follow? And also sometimes you will find that some of your customers can post about the issues with your brand on their social media platforms like their Facebook, Instagram. Why? Because customers who are good at providing or giving frequent complaints, their expectation is so high about the product and about the services. Understand, all of you guys? So when you notice that kind of customers, you must have to remember their name. You must have to remember their face. You must have to remember their mobile number, phone number. Why? Because you need to educate, you need to help them in order to understand that they are not right all the time by complaining one after another. So how we will be managing that special type of guest? Let's move on to the next slide. How to help them? Number one, we need to understand the root of their frustrations. You got the point? So how? Example, now you are managing a very, very critical customer face to face, and customer is complaining. For example, customer is complaining about the quality of your product. You follow? Quality of your product. What kind of product? Let's put an example like electronic device, like laptop. Okay, laptop. So your customer is complaining that the laptop that he bought or she bought from your outlet, it's very, very slow. Very, very slow. Then what you need to do, you cannot just simply blame your customer that, hey, who told you that the laptop is slow? Let me check. Actually, you need to check and you need to find out the actual problem, why your customer is having that kind of frustration about your product. You follow? Please take note. Some customers just simply like to vent, V-E-N-T, meaning to say, open their mouth. Open their mouth. There might be a reason. What is the reason? The reason is, when he or she bought the laptop from your outlet, now he or she really does not like this model. Understand? You follow? Maybe he or she has come to know another model of laptop from his or her friend. Now she wants to buy or she wants to get that particular model of laptop, but not the laptop that you have provided to that particular guest or customer. Now complaining, laptop is slow, the screen is very small, the keyboard is very noisy, the video quality is not there, the sound volume is not that loud, grandfather problem, grandmother problem, a lot of problem they will bring in front of you. So what would be the response from me, from you, from customer's point of view, from business point of view? We need to remain calm. We cannot be angry like our guests, like our customers. We need to listen what they have to say, and we need to implement their feedback if their feedback makes sense about our product or about our services. You got my point, guys? Remember, when you are handling the critical customers, you need to put yourself as a middleman between your business and your customers. Understand? You cannot take your customer from in your side. You cannot take your own business in your side. You have to work like a middleman. Nansel, am I right? So when you will be acting like a middleman, only then you can manage that kind of situation without facing any difficulties from your difficult customer. Moving forward, number two, all of you please pay attention. Number two, you will find another critical customers, the customers who is very difficult to make them satisfied. You follow? So what would be the nature of that particular type of difficult customer? Let's figure out. So this customer finds something unsatisfactory about your product or about your service, no matter the level of customer experience. What does it mean? If you analyze the first paragraph, from your side, you ensure quality product. From your side, you ensure quality service. But at the end, still, your customers are not happy. Why? Because their expectation is very, very high. Follow? Their expectation is super high. Then it becomes difficult for your business to manage them or meet their expectations at the first place. So what we can do, we can show our customer that we value their insights. Remember the statement, your customers are always right. When you put this one in your mind, no matter how critical your customers are, you can manage them, you can educate them, you can make them feel to understand you, what you are trying to mean from your side. Okay, so how we can identify the number of customers who are, who are very hard to make them satisfied. Can you go to the next slide, Anu? Look at this one. They focus on one or many aspects of your product or services or your solution, and that don't meet their expectations. You follow? Example, if you are working in like hospitality industry, or you are managing hospitality industry like housekeeping department. Okay, housekeeping department. So some of your guests, no matter how clean the room is, even the small tissue paper on the corner of the room, or a small spider net, the spider net in the last corner of the ceiling, or inside of the toilet, the one corner of the toilet got a very little amount of dust. They can complain. Range, you follow? Alamingo, critical customer. Though, if you are the customers, you might not have time to look for the small spider net in the last corner of the ceiling. You will feel it's okay, I can live, I can stay. But some customers, yeah, it's really real, Some customers are very, very critical because they always focus on the small aspects of your product, of your services, or the solution that you are providing for your customers. Look at the blue color part. You also can identify that kind of customer easily when and how they will be involved in back and forth communication. Raymond, understand what is the meaning of back and forth communication? They will ask you a lot of questions before taking your service. Jocelyn, you follow? A lot of questions. Hey, can I know the room? Is it hill view or ocean view? Hey, may I know what is the size of the bed? Is it the single bed or double bed? Understand? How about the toilet? Is it English toilet or American toilet? You follow? The water that will come along, is it like filter water or like just simple water? Is there any complimentary breakfast for me along with that room rate? A lot of back and forth communication you will come across from the customers who are very hard to satisfy. Understand, all of you guys? Give me a thumbs up if you understand this part of type of critical customers. Are you sure? Excellent. Thank you so much. Now, how we can manage or how we can, overcome that kind of critical nature from our critical customer. Let's move on to the next slide. So if I have that kind of customer, do you know what I'll be doing? I'll come down and I will ask my customers what they want. If it is doable, what is the meaning of doable? Remember, Anu, can we please stop sharing the screen for a while? Let me talk with them face to face. And let me say hello to everyone. Can all of you wave your hand? Okay, good. Though you are in weekend, but I can see some of you are at work. Wow. Very hardworking, huh? You're supposed to, oh yeah, Nelson having lunch break even during his work time. Wow, wow, fantastic. Well, very hardworking students we have. Now come to the point. So how we can satisfy your customer when you realize that these customers are very hard to make them satisfied. Do you know what we will be doing? We will communicate with them. You follow? And we will ask them, sir, how can I help you? Sir, ma'am, how can I help you? Sir, tell me what are the things I need to do for you? You understand? So, some customers, if their expectation, if their demands is my under control, I'll provide. Example, I'm working in housekeeping department and my guest is asking, can I have one extra pillow? Yeah, I can provide. It's nothing wrong. Am I right? Nothing wrong. What I can do, I can bring another pillow for my guest. But if this guest asks me, hey, when I sleep, I need 3 extra pillow, one under my head, another under my arms, another under my feet, then do you think so I can provide 3 pillow for one guest? Cannot. I must need to, inform my supervisor or manager in order to get approval, right? So see, that's why I'm telling you, if it is doable, like looking for extra pillow, I'll provide. If it is not doable, I must need to put a boundary. Understand? Because at the end of the day, we are in business, right? We are not in our house. That I'll open the refrigerator, I'll bring whatever the food that my guest is looking for, right? Because it's all about business. Understand, guys? You follow? So you and I, all we need to make it balance, right? Your guest is asking, and you are just providing, and at the end, still unhappy. Then what is the point? Right? Okay, so let's bring all of them into our slide again, and let me explain one more time. What does it mean? See, I'll ask our customer what they want. If it is doable, we will be meet their expectations even if they don't express it. You follow? And if you realize that actually their expectations, their wants really cannot be provided from our business point of view, then what I'll be doing, I'll be very transparent and I will offer fair alternative option. What is the meaning of transparent? I cannot give any false hopes. You follow? I only will promise whatever the things I can provide for my guest. So when I'll be transparent, when I'll be very honest, when I'll be very straight to the point in a formal way, in a professional way, yes, your customer, those who are really hard to satisfy, some of them will understand your point of view when you are giving a solution from your boundary, from your authority. Now, let's move on to the next type of critical customers from the next slide. It is called churning. Anyone got any idea about churning? Churning. Churning meaning to say some of your customers, some of your guests, they have, impatience problem. They will never take too long time to decide. Just walk out from your outlet and take product from your competitors. Understand, all of you guys? Resha, you follow? Resha, you follow? Vila, you follow? So they are also very, very critical customers if they just would like to change the brand, just would like to change the services from one provider to another provider. See, look at the definition. This kind of customer is on the verge, BERGE, verge of turning to your competitors. If you see the picture, you can understand, right? All the black, meaning to say they are standby for your product or for your services. But look at the red emojis, the red color person. He is not going to wait for your product and services. He will go and take and find another service from another competitors. Understand? You follow? Got a lot of customers under this critical category of customers, they will spend money to come to your outlet. They will spend time to research about your product, about your services. But at the end, they will feel like I'm not going to buy, or I'm not going to take this product for the time being. Now, let's move on and figure out more about churning type of critical customer, how we can identify them. See, when they will have one or more than one negative experience with your business, with your product, with your services, that you never brought it to your attention, what they can do, they may have expressed their interest in your competitors. Very sensitive customers, very, very sensitive customers. Example, you have a customer asking for the price. Okay. Price for what? Price for this shirt. You can see my shirt, right? Though the price is fixed, they can see the price. And even you also explain from the price tag that it cost like, $35. Maribel, you follow? And after hearing the price, what they can do, they can just simply put the shirt on the rack without using any word. They can just walk away. You follow? That is called what? That is called a critical customer, like churning customer. Another example, you are working in customer care department. Your customer came along with the problematic product. And when you tell them that, sir, you need to wait for 3 to 5 working days in order to get back your product accordingly. After hearing this statement, like 3 to 5 working days, some of them can be very, very unhappy. You follow? They can come and tell you, how come? Other brand, they always provide after sale service, just 1 day delivery or the same day delivery. You understand, guys, what I'm trying to mean? That is called, a very, very critical customer, like always compare and always would like to, change their mind from one brand to another brand. So how we can help them? Because our duty at the end of the day, from the business point of view, we all have to be very careful about all of our different customers, right? We cannot look down any of our customers. Host, could you please go to the next slide and let's figure out how to help them? In this case, communication is the key. Though for all kind of critical customer, communication is the key, but especially for the churning customer, as they are good at move faster, change their mind, like, mood swing. Jocelyn, you follow? The mood swing? Morning time, very happy. Afternoon time, out of sudden, no more happiness, became the saddest person of the world. See, like they're behave like that. They behave like that all the way. So what we need to do, we need to communicate clearly and proactively throughout the resolution process. Understand, we need to be proactive when we are handling like churning customer. What is the meaning of proactive? We need to maintain like eye contact. We need to understand their mood of action. We need to understand what they feel from the deepest core of their heart. Right? Look at the second option. If your customers are making your life difficult, don't put yourself under pressure. You follow? Always feel free to inform the top management or higher management as early as possible to find a solution that makes your customer happy, especially when you notice that your customer is having the problem like charming. You follow? You can inform your supervisor, inform your manager, sir, we have a critical customer asking for refund, and he or she is making some noises in front of other guests, in front of other customers. Sir, please help me how I can solve this problem. You got my point? Inform your supervisor and manager. Also, we can offer some discount, coupons, or, upgrading the product and services. Just let them know, let them feel from our side, we are doing our best to make that particular customer happy and satisfied. Understand, all of you guys, about the SOP of managing churning type customers who are willing to change the brand, change the product, and change the services. So far clear, guys? Communicate, proactive, inform your top management, and try to arrange some benefits like discount, coupons, like, some gift, complementary things for them to handle. Now, the next one, every single day from your business, no matter from which business you will be involved. Host, let's move on to the next slide. You will find a lot of customers under the category of indecisive. What is the meaning of indecisive? Host, please stop sharing the screen and let me invite all of you to switch on your camera one more time. Can all of you please switch on your camera, because I can see now the number is like, 300 plus from our two devices. Let me mark your attendance so that our admin can prepare your certificate accordingly and they can send you the certificate on time. Can all of you just switch on your camera with a good smile? Thank you so much. Can all of you switch on? 3, 2, 1. Page number 1. Page number 2. Thank you so much for your understanding. Page number 3. Yeah, page number 3, page number 3, page number 4. Excellent. Excellent. And please, those who are here in the class, please make sure you are using your full name in your Zoom so that our admin can mark your attendance accordingly. Okay, if you only put 924321, our host Anu will send you the certificate with the name of 9215260, not your name. You follow? So please make sure your name is there accordingly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, come to the point. I would like to talk with one from this device, another from this device. What do you understand when we are talking about indecisive customer? Any idea from anyone? You can raise your digital hand. Okay, I have Resha from this device. Hello, Resha. Yes, unmute your microphone. Hello. A very good evening to you too. I think now it's not midnight in your country, right? Okay, continue, please.
So when we say indecisive trait, it means that the client or the customer has very is very hard. I mean, it's hard for them to decide on something. But they change their mind every now and then.
Great. Thank you so much. I'll mute your microphone. Okay. Anyone from this device? Indecisive from this device, one of your, okay, I have one participant would like to add indecisive. Hello.
Hi. Hello, sir. Indecisive is the one the one who struggles to uh, like to purchase because of the high price or something. I guess.
Okay, I got it. I got the point. Thank you so much. Okay, indecisive meaning to say, I'm not going to take anyone for this question. Miss Irene, thank you. Jessica, thank you. Mary Joy, you can lower your digital hand. Indecisive meaning to say, you know, uh, let me give you a very funny examples, and I hope my final student will not be angry with me. Okay. Okay, promise first. Hello, female. My. Okay, good, excellent. Now, okay. So if me and my wife go out for shopping, from my side, I'm not going to take 20 to 25 minutes to complete my shopping part. But my dear wife, she will take too long time in order to decide, which color, this this white color or this, like deep white color. She will put the two dress in front of her face and will be thinking like scientist to decide which one she want to take. Why? Why? Because now she is in indecisive mood. Understand, guys, what I'm trying to mean? Which one will be more suitable for her? This plain white or this deep white? It can happen. You are working in sales department. If my wife is your customer, please don't bully my wife. Okay? Let my wife to take some time to decide which one she want to pick up. The first one or the second one. Understand? You are working in food and beverage industry as a waiter, as a waitress. You provide menu to your guest. So usually, in the fine dining food and beverage outlet, customers can take maximum 10 to 15 minutes in order to decide which food they will order for their dinner, not more than that. If you notice that this particular guest taking like 30 minutes but cannot decide what they can order, meaning to say indecisive customers. You understand, all of you guys? Why? Because everybody at their workplace, they have some KPI. Am I right? Some KPI. You have to fulfill some of your target. If you are taking too long time in order to close one particular client's order, then how you will be covering the rest of your KPI from the following times? Understand, guys? Indecisive, it's very, very common and critical nature of human being. Understand? And I do believe those who are here, some of you in your life, you also have indecisiveness before you take any product and any services from any business that you have in your country. Agree? Agree, guys? And it was not that easy for the people who are working over there to serve the people who are having this indecisive problem. You know what is the major problem? Indecisive, critical customer, when you give a suggestion, they want to listen. They don't want to listen. You follow? They will feel, oh, maybe she or he just telling me just to buy the product. You follow? And maybe after buying this product, I will not like this product. You follow? I will not like maybe this product is not that suitable. Even, some of the case studies, it has shown that the sales rep recommend you product A when you are not able to make a decision, But even after getting a suggestion from the staff, you change your mind and you said, no, I want product B. Understand? Critical customer, my friends. So how we can handle this kind of critical customer from business point of view? Anu, could you please bring the PowerPoint slide on screen? Now, so it can be because of your guest or your customer confused and have difficulty about explaining the issue or the problem that your customers are facing while buying this product from you. Now, look at this one. How you can identify them. Let's move on to slide number 16. Okay, so you will find that, indecisive, they will make you confused. Guys, all of you, please remember my next statement for your lifetime. This is the most powerful statement, I believe, from today's Biz Talk. The statement is, if someone cannot convince you, he or she will try to confuse you. Understand my statement, guys? You follow? I'll repeat my statement one more time. All of you, please remember, it will help you to understand the mindset of indecisive people, attitude of indecisive people. If I cannot convince you, do you know what I'll do from my side? I will try my best to make you confused. How? By using unclear communication, by giving you confusing information, by, providing some odd information, ODD, 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 odd means that doesn't make any sense in real life, that doesn't really match with the situation. Understand? So if you know that some of your customers try to confuse you, you can put them under the critical customer who is indecisiveness. You follow? Now, unclear, and they push you to fill in the blanks about the issue or offer a suggestion for solutions. And the funny thing, when you give the solution, they're still confused. They are still confused, my friends. Right? So how to help? Ask the customers plenty of clarifying questions. You can ask open-ended question. You can ask close-ended question, just to make your customers point for you to understand. Understand, all of you guys? So again, how you can help them? Ask plenty of questions. Example, you have a customers would like to buy a laptop from you. Okay, laptop from you. And you notice that this particular customer is not having good knowledge about the laptop configurations. Jocelyn, you follow? When you tell them, do you need any laptop along with graphics card? If they ask you graphics card, what is it? Right? Then you have to understand that they don't have enough knowledge about the laptop things. Then what you need to do, you need to ask a lot of question. What kind of question? Sir, if you don't mind, may I know what is the purpose of using this laptop? Will you do any graphic designing, video editing, or heavy duties? And if you notice that, no, he or she is not, will use not use this laptop for heavy duty, then you can, offer them a laptop with not that high configuration. Understand, guys? No need any graphics card, no need any like high speed RAM, just the medium one will do. Understand? So when you ask them the plenty of relevant question, step by step, one by one, not with the mindset of not to insult them, but to understand their needs, it's totally fine. Okay, follow this one. You can really manage this critical customer who are indecisive. For indecisive customer, you have to be good at educating people in a nice way. Understand? Educating people in a nice way, not any insulting or other things. Fine. The next type of critical customer that you will come across in your life, uh, all of you can see my screen, right? From this device. Is it large enough? Is it good enough, guys? Or you need me to make it full screen? If I put it full screen, actually, I really cannot see my time. Never mind, I'll manage it by myself. No problem. Let's continue. Now, unrealistic expectations. Meaning to say, we have a lot of people in all over the world. There is a huge gap between their expectations and reality. Sinilo, am I right? Expect too much, but the reality is totally different. Now, this type of customer often has unreasonable expectations from your product or from your services and always wants them for a lower price. You follow? And they may refuse to accept the outcome or ask you to do something you really can't do from business point of view. Understand? Now, then what is the solution? Yeah, we can we can come across with that type of customer every single day, right? Unrealistic expectations. You follow? Unrealistic expectations, right? For example, sometime, not sometime, every day, I do our online education orientation from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Singapore time. Okay, true story. Every one of you came to this online class through an online orientation. Am I right, guys? Am I right? One of our speakers explained to you about all those diploma one by one during the orientation time. So during the orientation time, we speaker always inform our students that the first month of class is totally free, right? Everybody knows about this one. It is free. But if you want to continue a diploma, you need to pay the exam fees and you can go for exam. Sometimes I face some question. Do you know what is the question? Can I have all the exams for free? Anu, understand? I also got one question. Can I study first? Can I study first? And after completing all my module, I will pay the exam fees? Can? Then I was scratching my head. How come? But I cannot, be very, like insulting to my students. Am I right, guys? Then I educate them. Hey, for your information, only the first month of class is free. There is no other free things. Only 1 month. So what is the problem? Unrealistic expectations, right? Critical customers. Understand, all of you guys? You follow? So it can happen. It can come along our business journey. So how we will identify that kind of critical customer from our business point of view? Let me bring you to my next slide and let's figure out. They ask for features or capabilities outside the scope of your product or services. So what would be their first nature? They will ask some question that is not related to your product and services. You follow? Understand? They will ask the question that really does not make sense at the first place. And also the most pathetic part is they express disappointment that available offerings don't meet their expectations. Understand? Unrealistic. So the features, the benefits, the values, the product benefits your that your product promotes, they will come and tell you, actually, I'm not looking for this product. Actually, this is not the product that I'm looking for. Critical customer, right? Critical to manage, very difficult for you to manage. Now, how we can manage them? Anu, let's move on and to find out how we can help them and how we can manage them from the next slide. So what we need to do, we need to identify their concern as quick as possible and address them with our best possible way. Understand? Because unrealistic expectations, we cannot waste our time. Am I right? Am I right? Example, your product, there is a promotion now that you are offering, buy one, get one. But I'm your customer, keep asking you, is there any option to get buy one, get two? Understand? Then you cannot do anything about this one, right? Your product is fixed price. Fixed means fixed. There is no even 0.01% discount. And you know this one, but one of your customers keep asking you, can you please provide me 5% discount? Okay, fine, 2% discount, 3, no, cannot, right? So what we need to do when we have that kind of unrealistic expectations type critical customer, we need to identify their concern as quick as possible. How? Remember, they will ask you some question that is totally irrelevant, right? And you have to customize them. You have to put them under that category, like unrealistic expectation. We need to set some boundaries. What is the meaning of boundaries? Setting boundaries. Because in our business, we really cannot do whatever we want from our side. Mary Ann, am I right? You cannot. If I keep asking you, can you please provide me 5% discount? You cannot. Maybe you feel pity on me. Maybe you feel that this customer, looks like a bit having some financial difficulties. Even after understanding my problem, still you cannot do anything, right? Because this is the rules. Set boundaries, right? These customers and communicate what your team is able to provide. And they don't have to continue having unrealistic expectations from your product and services. Always remember this philosophy. Okay, so when you are following this kind of SOP, especially under understanding the types of critical customer, it will really help you to move forward accordingly. Okay, now I'll make a quick summary what kind of types of critical customers you might come across in your business. Anu, could you please move a bit upstairs? Go to the slide number 6, please. Anu, slide number 6. Yeah, please. Okay, slide number 6, right? We may have critical customer like always will give or always will come along with frequent complaints one after another. You follow? You solve one problem. In the meantime, customer is ready with another new problem. You follow? And some of you, what you will be doing, you will go washroom and you will tie your hair like that. Why I am working in that difficult department? Why my customers are like that? Because you solve one problem, just even before providing the complete solution, your customer is ready with another complaint. Difficult, critical, right? So then we talk about, go to the next slide. uh, we talk about the next kind of difficult customer, slide number 9. Very hard to make them satisfied, right? No matter what you are doing, what you are providing, they will simply not try to understand. Difficult or critical customer. Then we talk about slide number 12, another difficult or critical customer. It's all about, like churning, always like to change their mind, always like to move away, always like to go for another brand, another service providers if they notice something wrong with your product. And number 15, we talk about another difficult customer, indecisive, right? Cannot make a decision before buying a product, before taking a product, before ordering a product, before explaining or before asking about a product features accordingly. And number 17, we have come to know another critical customer, like unrealistic expectations. And we also have covered with a lot of different tricks and technique that can help you to manage your critical customer. Now, we will also learn something more about different tips for dealing with critical customers from slide number 20. Anu, can you go to slide number 20? This one is 21, I think. Yes, correct. Okay, fine. So here we go. Now, you all have to promise, before you are going to handle critical customer, first of all, you all have to be a very uncritical customer service provider. John, understand? Your customer can be difficult, but you have to be very simple in nature. How you can be simple in nature when you are handling the critical customer? Look at number 1. Don't take it personally. You follow? Customer is complaining and you feel stressed. You are about to feel that you will give up, but you have to educate yourself that I'm not going to take anything personally from my guest, from my customer. Number 2, we need to try to provide solution to the problem. No need to waste time to go for argument. When critical customer is there, critical customer always will go for argument. Agree, guys? They like to argue, they like to talk, but we will not waste our time. Before our critical customer will bring a lot of things in the argument plate, we need to provide a solution. Number 3, we don't make any promise that we cannot keep. Always remember, whenever you promise something with your client, with your customer, you must have to keep the promise. If you cannot keep any promise, don't go for this promise. Understand? Because even the good customer, loyal customer can be critical when you cannot keep your promise. Agree? So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't over promise the things. Number 4, get control of yourself. You all have to practice strong emotional quotient, or emotional intelligence. Number 5, I'll be explaining this number 5 later on. Listen actively. I'm talking about active listening. And number 6, show your customer that you care. Understand? Critical, yeah, you are not happy with your critical customer. I know, everybody knows, but don't show any unhappiness, unhappy mindset, facial expression that represent you are not happy at all. Okay, remember these 6 tips in general before you are going to manage critical customer. Now, I have a complete flowchart. Anu, go to the next slide, please. And all of you, you make it full screen for our students, okay? Now, at the end of the day, SOP, standard operating procedures, always will help us with proper guidance. Agree, guys? Agree? Susa, Mariti, Jenny, Resha? When you follow proper SOP, at least you will never feel that you are doing something wrong. Lily, am I right? But when you are not following the SOP, but using your own ways of solving the problem, you might be in trouble. You follow? You might be in trouble because you try your best, you went an extra mile to solve the customer complaint, but still customer is unhappy, and the top management comes to know about your things, you did a lot but could not maintain or manage them. That will be a problem. So my friendly advice to all of you, when from your business, as it is all about biz talk, and in business, customer is the key point. No customer, no business. And as I had told you earlier, not every customers will be easy customer for you to manage, right? Some customers can be difficult, can be critical, can be defensive, can be emotional, right? Can be talkative, can be with low IQ, with low EQ, but they are your customers, right? Your customers can be your customer without any proper education, right? Your customer may not know how to speak English, but he or she is your customer, right? Critical customer, difficult customer to manage. Now, if you follow a proper SOP, I would say that more than 90% of time, you have the grit or the confidence to manage all those critical or difficult customers. Look at number one. The first thing, remain calm. You have difficult customer, unhappy customer, unsatisfied customer, angry customers, snobbish customer, defensive customer, uncle customers, auntie type customer. Don't get me wrong. If you hear this statement, okay, good, excellent. Use your mind in positive way to calm down. Okay, calm. Control. Rodilin, you follow? Nebado, you follow? Second one, use positive language. Active listening, identify the problem or the issue. So after completing the 4 steps, come to the middle part, offer a solution. And after offering the solution, if they are happy, look at this one. Are they satisfied? If it is yes, what are the SOP you can follow? You need to communicate next step and expectations, right? After explaining what is next, you must have to have a very polite, proper communication that is called interaction, right? Next one, you have to execute the solution process. And after providing the solution, don't forget to follow up and don't forget to collect feedback. When you and I will have yes response after providing a solution to a particular critical, difficult, unhappy customers. Now, if after completing your 5 steps, if your customer is not satisfied, if the answer is no, what would be happening there? Now, you have to find out, are they angry? If they yes, ask question to learn what they want. If you feel that they are angry, are they angry? If they yes, if it is no, what you will be doing? You will ask question to learn what they want. Are they angry? If it is yes, what you need to do, you need to collaborate with the top management to find a proper solution for that particular critical customer. Understand all of you about this flow chart? Understand, guys? Are you sure? Give me a thumbs up if it is clear. Okay, fine, very good. If it is clear, most of the time, you know what would be the problem? Again, look at number 5. After 4, I never put 5, just put offer a solution here, right? You know, even after providing the solution, what would be the problem? Most of the time, especially the critical customer will say no, they are not satisfied. Okay, so when after becoming unsatisfied, some of your customers can be angry, some of your customers can be not angry. You follow? If the customer's angry, angry meaning to say they will become very emotional. You follow? Yakak, emotional meaning to say they will have the response, like they will talk, they will talk, they will talk, they will, explain, and explain. They can be very loud, they can be very, like aggressive. Then what you need to do, don't waste your time, meaning to say you cannot handle them. What would be the best response? Just inform your immediate manager or supervisor to take care of that particular critical customer from your side. Okay, I hope it makes sense, right? Now let's move on and learn some technique for providing effective solution to our critical customer. Okay, look at the first technique name. It is called HEARD, H-E-A-R-D. H meaning to say hear, E meaning to say empathy, A meaning to say apologize, R meaning to say resolve, D meaning to say diagnose. So the topic is, sometime you will notice that some of your customers became critical customer after experiencing or after having poor service from your side. May and understand, I repeat, not all customers are pre-sensitive or pre-critical customers. Some customers will become critical customer after having poor service from your business. So how we can avoid this one? We can implement some modern technique. Look at the technique number 1. So when you have customer, you can use this heard technique. First of all, listen, hear. Second, after hearing the things, after hearing the explanation, make sure you show your empathy. What is the meaning of empathy? Understanding the feelings of your customers, right? And if anything wrong, feel free to say sorry at the first place. Don't take too long time to give a proper, sincere apology. And after giving your sincere apology, just provide a solution. Customer is unhappy, it can happen. If you follow this SOP, you can manage your customer positively, and the success rate will be more than 80%. And the last one, what does it mean? Diagnose. What does it mean? Why customer complain? What you need to do, you need to figure out why. Why customer is complaining about this service. You have to find out the root cause, and you have to destroy that root cause, so that next time customer will not have any complaint like this. Understand, all of you guys, this technique? Now, let me bring you to the next slide, and we have another technique. It is called ELI5 technique. So when you can implement this technique in your business, when you notice that your customers are critical customer because of their limited communication skill. I repeat, ELI5 technique only you can implement if you notice that your customer, your client, their IQ is not that sharp. their communication skill is not that strong. Then what you need to do? You need to explain like, I am 5. What is the meaning of 5? Like, I am 5 years old. Maribel, understand? If I'm your customer and you notice that I got some difficulties to understand what you are talking about, Josephine, then implement this one. Ruel, implement this one, explain in a slow and step-by-step process so that he or she will understand what you are talking about. Okay, remember this technique only applicable for the people, for the customers with poor communication skill. If I'm your customer, don't implement ELI5, then I'll be angry. Hey, why you talk like I'm a kindergarten student? Man, you follow? I can ask you why you talk like, do you think so I'm idiot? Do you think so I have no ability to communicate? Then I'll become critical customer. Okay, so this one, be very smart before implementing this ELI5. Trust me, every single day you will have a lot of customer like poor ability to communicate. For that type of customer, feel free to implement this one accordingly. Understand the full form of ELI5? Are you sure? Okay, good. Very good. Now, example. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, Anu, could you please stop sharing the screen? Okay, good. Please give me a while. Okay, good. Excellent. Example. Okay. You have a customer. I forgot to say hello. Huh? Can all of you wave your hand? Good, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, you have a customer, you have a client, bought a smartphone from you, and he or she really does not understand how to take screenshot. You got my point, guys, what I'm trying to mean? How to take screenshot. Because different mobile got different technique to take screenshot. Agree? For example, a senior citizen from your country bought a smartphone from you and asking, hey, can you please tell me how to take screenshot? Then you need to explain step by step, like you need to switch on your smartphone, right? You need to press the volume button, lower part, and the power button together until you hear a sound like click. See? And after hearing the sound like click, you can go to your gallery. You can find a picture that is called screenshot. If he or she really does not understand, do it again. Do it again. That is called ELI5. Nowadays, even the hospitality industry, there is a lot of technology, right? They will put the digital menu card in front of the main entrance, right? Then what customer can do? They can select their food. They can make the order by themselves without taking help from any waiter or from any waitress. But you are working there and you notice that I am having some difficulties to make an order by this, the vending machine. So what you need to do, you need to understand that this guy is not that expert to use this vending machine, right? Or digital menu card. Then what you need to do, ELI5 is the best solution to provide the best service for me. Understand? Do it. You have to make sure that you do every possible things from your side in order to provide the best service for your customers. You understand? Never look down to any customers. Every customers is equally important for all of you. You follow? Sharp IQ, low IQ, it doesn't matter. Now let's move on and talk about the next technique that we can implement from our side accordingly. Okay, very good, excellent. Okay. Anu, any question from your side? Anybody send any messages? No, right? Okay, fine. So let's move on and talk about the next technique, which is called what, so what, and now what technique. So when we will face a customer, with something wrong, with some problem, with some difficulties, what we need to do, we need to focus on, first of all, we need to find out what is the problem. Okay, what is the problem? Find out, figure out. And second question that you need to answer, it's all about, so what? So based on the problem that your customer explained to you, now, what are the difficulties your customer is facing? And you need to answer the third question, now what? So now what, meaning to say, what you need to do, what you need to bring, what you need to, bring for your customers. I'll give you an example. Your customer, nowadays in hospitality industry, we have like digital key, right? The digital key, no need to use any manual key. Digital key meaning to say like touch and go, right? And one of your guests out of sudden complaining that he or she cannot use this digital card in order to open their room. So what is the problem? The problem with the digital key. So what? Customer cannot go inside of the room. Now what? What you need to do? You need to provide the alternative solution. Josephine, you follow? Like the manual key. Here is the manual key. You can use this manual key to go inside. First, sir or madam, we will inform the maintenance department to solve this technical problem with the digital key. Understand, all of you guys, the meaning of what, so what, and now what solution or technique of providing excellent customer service? Follow this one that will minimize the waiting time of your guest or of your customer to get the best solution from your site. Now, the last technique for effective customer service, it's all about the next slide, like problem, solution, and benefit. Now, this is the technique that we can use when we are in sales department. You follow? The sales department, because when we will be doing the sales presentation, right? So while doing the sales presentation, we must have to understand the problem of our customers, right? Why customer need our service, our product, our the things from our site. And number two, solution. When we understand the problem, we need to provide the specific solution of that problem. And number three, we need to focus on how our guests, how our people will be benefited from our solution. Same thing you can implement from your business point of view, right? From our business point of view, this is all about like, the problem, solution, and benefit. So whatever you are doing for your customer, understand the problem from your customers by communicating, by asking relevant question, by creating a bonding, by establishing a transparent communication, and give the proper suitable solution. and make sure when your customer got the solution, they got benefit all the way from your side. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the yes, some more tips that can help us to become good at managing our customer. The critical customer, right? Look at the first one. We have to calm throughout the communication. What is the meaning of calm? Yes, some of your customers will make your life difficult. You have to believe this part. Some customers, they will make your life difficult. They will not listen to you, you know. Yeah, they will not listen to you what you are talking about. They only will listen what they want to hear from your side. Understand? That is called, the critical customer problem. They will not focus on the question that you are being asked. They will only focus whatever they want to say. John, understand? That's the problem. Example, you ask your customer politely, sir, ma'am, could you please tell me exactly what is the problem with this product? Some of them will not answer this question. Do you know what they will be doing? Nibado, they will express their frustration, their agony, their feelings without answering your specific question that can help you to solve your customer's problem. That time, please take care of your emotion. If a situation escalate with a frustrated customer, losing your cool will only make things worse. So if you cannot take care of your emotional quotient, then the problem will be bigger. They are like not happy with your product or the quality of your company's service, but because you represent the brand, the customer often directs their frustration at you, right? So always remain calm and control under that particular situation. Next one, Anu, look at this one. We need to implement active listening. We cannot be confused about the meaning of active listening. Okay, we cannot just overlook this. Active listening, it doesn't mean that you have to just look at your the customer like a Statue of Liberty. No. Active listening meaning to say, when your customer will express their their feelings, their emotions, what you need to do, you need to give some expression that you are really listening to him or her. Understand? Like you can give some small verbal lines like, yes, I understand. It must be frustrated. I got your point. You see, these are the signs we need to provide, we need to use when customer will explaining their emotion, frustration about the product, about the services that that they have had from your side. Understand, all of you guys? So because this is called the consumer psychology. When let's give this example from our personal life. When you are very angry, when you are a bit emotional with your nearest and dearest friends or family member, and when you are talking to that particular person, and if you notice that this particular person listen to you and also give some response in a certain point that he really understand that it is a problem. You got my point, guys? You follow? Jocelyn, Sosa, Resha, you will come down, right? You will feel that at least he or she is listening to me. 50% problem will be solved. If you don't listen, if you never pay attention when customer is complaining, do you know what you are doing? You are putting fuel on the fire. You are throwing petrol on the fire. Don't do that. Let them express their frustration. Just listen carefully. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to tell them what is right and what is wrong when customer is talking to you about their problem. Let them finish first. The next one that we can implement, it's all about pay. Next one, please, slide number 28. It's all about pay. Close attention to tune, intent, and sentiment. Tone, intent, and sentiment, three important things. Remember, the topic for today, SOP of managing critical customer in business. So when we are managing customers like human being, right? We are not going to manage any artificial intelligence. What we are managing, human being, comes along with a lot of sentiment, right? Lot of emotions, lot of feelings, lot of, lot of like ways of thinking, lot of philosophy, lot of expectations, lot of desire, lot of this, lot of that. So what we need to do from our side, we have to be smart enough to pay very, very, close attention. I mean, the first one is S is missing, please. It is a typo. The close attention, especially the tune of your customer voice. If you notice that the voice is very loud, meaning to say very angry. If the voice is a bit low and a bit breaking, emotional voice, right? You need to understand. And intent, what is the meaning of intent? What they want. Some customers, to be very honest with you, sometimes you notice that some customers really do not want to have any solution. Anu, let's stop sharing the screen, and let's get real about this topic, please. Sometimes you will come across with some customers, they really don't want to go for straightforward solution. What they will do, their intent to make the small things like a bigger problem. Understand? Small problem, they will drag up to it becomes a very big problem. This is their intent. But if I'm your customer, if I got any problem, do you know what would be my mindset? I'll make it as quick, as short, just to solve the problem. So if your customer is like me, you are lucky. If your customer doesn't want to have the solution, some of them will talk like that. Call your manager. I will talk with your manager. I don't want to talk with you. Oh my God. Their intent is not to get the solution. Their intent to make more drama, A lot of dramatic people we have in all over the places, right? You follow? Understand? Then you have to educate yourself. Hey, the world is full of problem. Please don't make another problem. Don't enrich the number of problems for the world, right? Now, if the intent is to make the things complicated, what we need to do, we need to provide a rapid solution. What is the meaning of rapid solution? Just bring the solution in front of them. Even if they don't want to have the solution, please don't wait. Don't wait. Just inform your manager and supervisor to come over and take this special case from you to handle. Understand? So yeah, you cannot be good at understanding the tune, understanding the intent, and understanding the sentiment of your customer in 1 day or in 2 days or or in 1 week. It will take more time for you to understand about human philosophy, understand human psychology. Now, um, the the next thing, Anu, look at this one. If a customer sounds like annoyed or disappointed, ask question to find out what's bothering them. If someone is expressing their frustration or raising their voice, be very careful of the body language. What does it mean? Crossing your arms or avoiding eye contact could discourage them from opening up. Please understand this part. Tune, intent, and sentiment. I'm talking about the sentiment for now. So your customer is complaining and you stand like this, cross arms, and you are not looking at your customer. You are looking at the corner of your ceiling. Do you know what will be happening? Customer will be so much sensitive, so angry with you that why you are not listening to them at the first place. Understand? I truly believe when it comes for handling the critical customer, I truly believe no matter who is my customer, how dangerous my customer, if I can be polite, I can have or I can show positive body language, I can solve any critical customer problem by 70 to 80%. Understand? I'll be sharing one example with all of you before I move to my next slide. I got one trainee before the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. So what happened to him? He went for job interview after completing training with me. Okay, Anu, let's stop sharing the screen because this is very important for them to understand the sentiment of the customer at the first place. Okay, and if you can please switch on your camera so that I can communicate with all of you accordingly. And Anu, while a few minutes back, I saw a digital hand. She wanted to ask any question, or I'm not sure why out of sudden raised a question. Can see the chat box if got any question that we need to answer, or she just mistakenly raised her digital hand. Please find out, Anu, okay? Because I was planning to ask her to unmute after my explanation that I was explaining. Okay, fine. So what happened? Let me, okay, good. Oh, Nala. Yes, yes, yes. Go on, please. Anything? You need the notes? Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Could you please type in the chat box? Anu, open the chat box for host and the student, okay? And I can see another participant. Got Frey. Anything that I missed out? Okay, never mind. Okay, so come to the point. Let me share the example, then go for the next slide. So what happened? One of my trainees, before COVID-19, he completed the training with us and went for job interview in Singapore. And out of luck, he failed 4 job interviews. How many interviews, guys? 4. And he became very, very, very emotional. Why? I could not pass my job interview. Maria, you follow? And the good news, rest of the trainees already passed their job interview and started to work in Singapore. Only one of them could not pass the job interview. He was very emotional. You follow? He came to our office and he was very, very unhappy. And he was asking why I failed my job interview and why other people already got the job. He was that time very unhappy and angry. You follow? Do you know what I did? I asked him, please sit down first. I told him when there is a problem, there is thousand of solution. I use this statement. You follow? When there is one problem, we have thousands of solution of that particular problem. Tell me why you feel that you never pass your job interview. What job interview you went for? Then he said, I went for waiter job interview. What was the feedback from your interviewer? They never give any feedback. But the last interviewer said that something wrong with my face. Understand? Actually, the matter of fact is, personally, he is a very big guy, big guy, very tall, a bit fat, and got a face that looks like always very, very serious. Understand? Very serious, because he used to work as a security guard before, So being a security guard, always having an expression of serious face. Am I right? Usually security guard never smile. Agree? And he has been working as security guard for more than 10 years. And it was very difficult for him to change his security guard facial expression to the hospitality expression. Understand? That's why he got rejected. And when I told him in details, only then he understood why he could not pass the waiter job experience. You know what was the solution? I told him, you are a healthy man, guy. I said, my friend, you are a very healthy, you are a very hardworking person. But to be very honest with you, if I'm the boss, I'm not going to hire you as a waiter. But if I'm the boss, I'll hire you as a kitchen helper. You will be getting the same salary, same benefits, but you will be working inside of the kitchen as a kitchen helper. Will you work in the kitchen as a kitchen helper? He said, yes, sir, I will. Understand? And after, I think 1 or 2 weeks, he went for another job interview for the kitchen helper. He got the job. And then he was very happy. He called me and he said, I'm so sorry, sir. That day I was very unhappy with you, but your solution really helped me. See, was angry. What I did, I make his angry character, angriness in a positive way to make it positive. Understand? Some customers are like that. They really don't understand why they are emotional, why they are unhappy, why actually some of them really don't understand what they want. Okay, so when you are able to educate them, only then you can manage. And when you educate them, you have to be very firm and you have to be very honest. You cannot be politically friendly. Remember, if you want to make people happy by giving your political friendly attitude and behavior, you cannot bring proper solution. I repeat my statement. When you are working with critical customer, if you want to be just politically friendly with them to give the solution without becoming firm, without becoming sincere, I'm sorry, you cannot bring the proper solution. Understand? Proper solution always belongs to your ability to become firm, ability to become sincere about the problem. I was very honest with that guy. I said, if I'm the boss, I'm not going to hire you as the waiter for my outlet because I'm worried my customer will be afraid about your facial expression. But if you work in the kitchen, I'll be super happy because you are a healthy man. You can bring all the heavy things without taking any help from others. I told him like that. And he realized that later on. John, understand? You follow? Fine, excellent. Now, let's move on and talk about the last few things that we have from our today's training accordingly. Now, here we go. Okay, good, excellent. Here we go. Next slide, please. 29. Some professional communicate professionally and with positive language. When you will be handling the critical customers, some positive response will help you to realize among the brains of critical people that you are here to help. Look at this one, like happy to help. I see what you mean. Thanks for reaching out. I totally understand. I'm not sure. Let's find out. I know this must be frustrating. I'm so sorry to hear that you are having trouble with this. Look at this one. When your customers, like critical customers, expressing their frustration, their problem, their difficulties, challenges with you, when you start responding them with some positive phrase that you can see from my screen, the first thing that your critical customer will feel that you are here to help them. Agree, guys? Agree, guys? For example, after hearing my problem, if you respond me like, I know this must be frustrating, I'll believe you that you are here to help me at the first place. Right? More phrase we will be learning. Host, please move on to slide number 30. We are working on a solution for this. Sometime, your customer can ask for update. Rusali, you follow? Example, you send your laptop in our customer service department, and I told you that you need to wait for 5 working days. So after 4 days, I receive a phone call from you, and you are asking me, you are checking with me, what is the update about your laptop? So how I can do? I cannot say, I'm not sure. Then you will be so angry. Hey, why you are not sure? So what you are doing over there? So what would be my response? Not I. We are working on a solution for this, right? Meaning to say, we all are working together in order to bring a proper solution for you, right? I would feel the same way. That is called empathy. Look at the next one. Would you mind? Then you can ask a question to your customer. You follow? That is called professional ways of start a conversation. So if you ask me, can you give me your phone number? I can give you. But this is a very generic question. But if you ask me, like, would you mind providing your phone number? Would you mind sharing your email ID? Would you mind? It is the best polite expression when you are handling the critical situation from a critical customer. Okay, this is super helpful from what I understand. Let us know if you have any other questions. Thanks for giving us a heads up. What does it mean? So when you get a negative feedback from your guest, from your customer, don't be unhappy. Maria, am I right? You can give a positive response. You can say, thanks for giving us a heads up. So when you have come to know about this problem, about these difficulties, then customer will feel that you are really here to help their problem. I'll let my team know about this. So when you cannot help or when you cannot solve the things by yourself, what you can do, you can use this one. I will let my team know about this. Okay. And the next one, some more communicative or professionally that phrase you can use. Is there anything else that you need help with? I can absolutely help you with that. How is your day going? Right? So these are the friendly expression that you can use when you are handling the critical customers, because as I have told you earlier, no matter how difficult, how critical, how sensitive, how dangerous your customer can be, you have to be more and more sincere, more and more like professional, without taking the things personally. Okay, stop taking the things personally from your side. Now we will finish our discussion with the last two slides. Now here, remember, sometime if you cannot give accurate information, don't give any wrong information. Understand, all of you guys from two devices? Maria, if I ask you, hey, how long it will take for me to get my refund? Don't try to make me happy by being a politically friendly. Sir, you will get refund in 2 days. But it will take more than 2 days. Then after completing the 2 days, I'll keep calling you like my like my enemy. Maria, you follow? I'll keep calling you until you give me the money refund. Even sometime I might not have the real information. Am I right? I might not have the updated policy about this one. Anu, the next slide, please. The next one. Yeah, please. Thank you. Then what we will be doing, what I'll be doing, if I really don't have the accurate information, I'll inform my guests by becoming more humble. Let me check and I will get back to you. Nothing wrong with that. You follow? Nothing wrong with that. If you say like this, even your angry customer will realize that you are being very serious and being very responsible about providing information. Understand? Sometimes I receive some messages from you guys. Sir, may I know by when I will be graduated? I don't know, because I have no data. I have no data about you, what module you are studying. Even I don't know, like, for example, Susa, which diploma you are studying. Because I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer, I have a lot of students, and I'm not sure which module you are studying. Is it module 1 or 2? Right? And if you ask me, sir, can you please tell me by when I'll be graduated? I cannot tell you by March or by December, by October. Right? What I need to do? I need to check with our admin site. You follow? I need to send your details, your full name, your email ID. Then the admin will check, and only they can give me the actual information in order to complete your diploma, how many modules you need to complete. Understand? So if sometime you guys ask me this question, then do you know what I do? I take your screenshot and send to our admin. Then admin give me the actual date, and then I give you this actual answer. Maria, you follow? Funny things, huh? I take your conversation screenshot, send to the admin, and admin give me the answer. I forward you this answer, because I cannot give you the wrong information, right? You follow? Fine. But if you give even wrong information to your critical customer, you are making the things more complicated for you, right? The next one that we have, don't make promises that you cannot keep, from slide number 33. Sometimes some customer care department, they, just out of their control, or maybe because of their excitement, they overpromise. Don't do that. You only can promise whatever you're business can promote, whatever your business can provide. You follow? For example, people expect you to follow through, so only provide solution you can deliver. If you promise a customer they will get their money back, you must be able to do so. Otherwise, you will negatively impact on the trust of your customer, and maybe because of this one, they will never return to your business anymore. Why? Because they realize something wrong between the commitment and the outcome. Understand? Something wrong between the promise and the actual things. We have to control this part very, very seriously. The last thing that I already have explained to you, just a quick summary from the next slide: lock in the management when needed. Remember, being a staff from the frontliner, I might not have all the skills, all the abilities to manage critical customer. Agree? Maybe I'm very new. I really don't have any idea how to handle unhappy, unsatisfied customer. So what I can do, I always look for advice. Please take note. Some of you might have this misunderstanding. Those who are working in different companies, if you never ask any question or any advice from your manager will feel that you act smart. Understand? I'll share with you the common expectation from the manager. Your manager always want that you will ask for advice. Anu, you follow? Your manager always always want that you will look for your manager when you are having some difficulties. Nevadu, you follow? That is called respecting your higher authority. So if you feel some difficulties, don't just keep it inside of your heart. Don't try to take everything on your shoulder. Remember, you are not that mature to solve each and every critical condition from the critical customers. Don't forget to inform your supervisor, your manager, when you really cannot manage. And no need to be afraid. Your manager will not terminate you if you ask that kind of help from your manager. You follow? From the management team. So that would be the end from today's meeting. Let's go to the last. I have a small message. It is just thank you message for all of you. Why I need to say thank you? Because you have spent your beautiful time not with your beautiful boyfriend or girlfriend or your partner. You sacrifice your weekend because of this talk, and I do believe that this topic will really give you some skills, some knowledge in order to survive in the business. I mean, in the point of business, right? When you are having critical customer with critical situation. Now, host, please stop. Oh, okay. Don't stop sharing the screen. I realize one or two digital hand I missed out because of I was doing other things. If I missed out your question, here is my email ID. Let me share my email ID as well with this particular laptop. Please give me a while, please, guys. Okay. Okay, here is my email ID, eih.foysal1@gmail.com. If you have any question, because I realized one or two digital hand, I could not remember your name, you can feel free to drop an email. I'll be answering your questions accordingly. Okay, so the last thing that you guys need to do, please go to the chat box. Go to the chat box, click on the link that I have used for today's talk, download the PDF, and make sure you download this PDF and have a look when you are free in your free time. Okay, Fine. Marita, right? Yes. Any question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sometimes students raise their digital hand just for the curiosity, right? Okay, never mind. Now, before you leave the meeting, remember Monday there will be another exciting session, which is all about Monday motivational madness. Mark your calendar, be there, get some real motivation about life, from the motivational speakers that we have, right? Okay, so I also would like to invite you to put few words in the chat box before you leave for today's biz talk. Remember, customer managing customer, it is an art, and you have to be an artist. How you can be an artist? Remember the SOP, all the standard operating procedures you can implement as a form of art, and you can make it even more better from your business. So thank you